Hello, my name is Rachel Anise, otherwise known as the Beauty Professor. Welcome back to my channel. I have been wanting to make this video for such a long time. It is my favorite products, both skincare and makeup and hair care of 2022, as well as products that I'm just using a ton of lately. So this is going to be some really serious, comprehensive product talk. And up until this afternoon, I've not had a span of time to be able to do this the way that I envisioned. I want to open by saying that I am so glad you're here. For those of you who've been with me for nearly 11 years of Beauty Professor, thank you for your loyalty and your support and your steadfastness. For those of you who have joined along the way, thank you for coming to my channel. I'd like to have videos out on a really consistent basis, and I am hoping to be able to pull that off in the context of also, of course, writing for my site, Beauty Professor, maintaining fresh content daily on Instagram, and being the mom of a 4-year-old and a full-time college professor where I teach communication studies all year long. So the way that I chose the products for this video was fairly systematic. I went through my site, Beauty Professor, and I chose a couple of key favorites from each month of the year so that I'm not just talking about the most recent things on my brain and the whole year is getting taken into consideration. I'll be closing this video out with some new products that I'm loving, maybe things that came out at the end of last year or the beginning of this year. And I also have just kind of like some perennial favorites that I need to include that might not have made it onto Beauty Professor, but did make it into my social accounts. And so I need to talk about those things as favorites as well. So this is a rare afternoon where Joey is with my parents and it's really quiet here, but it's also really dark. So hopefully my lighting is sufficient and my camera battery stays alive. Let's jump into it. For the month of January, I am showing you something I've talked about countless times, but it is forever probably going to be a favorite for me. It is the Clé de Peau, the concealer. My best match is Buff, and I did a full concealer story on Beauty Professor last year with swatches of every shade, which is always important to me, that I try to give you guys as many shades as possible so you can shade match yourself. Buff is great for medium skin with olive undertones, but of course there is a shade for every skin tone. So this concealer is obviously a cult classic. It is at a higher price point, but a little goes a long way. And this tube I'm on almost 2 years of using. So I think it's one of those that once you invest in it, you'll find yourself carrying it with you all the time. It's great for the under eye region. It's creamy, it resists creasing, and it also is a good facial touch-up in the day, regardless of what foundation you're using. Super invaluable. February had a lot of hair care content, and I chose 3 products to show you from that content. One is the Way Detox Shampoo. I'm probably in my 3rd or 4th bottle of this at this point. I'm so thankful I actually found it back up under my sink because I use this roughly once a week to cleanse my hair of any kind of buildup. When you're testing a bunch of different shampoos, conditioners, and masks, that's bound to happen. And even if not, that's bound to happen. I think this gives me the cleanest hair possible, and I'm actually on day 2 or 3 after having used it, and you can see how light and fluffy my hair still is from that single washing. It's just one of those shampoos that smells amazing and really takes care of business, but without making your hair feel dry or crunchy or brittle. Next is the Nutrafol Women's Balance Supplement. I know supplements are a very personal thing, and for me, I'm always seeking for ways to support my hair health from the inside out, and this is one product that I've committed to. I get a monthly shipment, so I'm on a monthly plan, and you take 4 of these a day, and it's packed with vitamins, minerals, nutrients to help to fortify your hair, to encourage growth, to discourage hair fall, to keep your hair at its best condition. So I'm grateful that this is a part of my routine, and I highly recommend it. And I've never worked with this brand. I'd love to because I'm a definite natural fan, but I just want to say I know there's a lot of ads out there. This is not one of them. I'm just a natural consumer of the Nutrafol, and it's a part of my regular day-to-day. Finally, and I just brought one in to show you guys, this is the T3 Volumizing Curler. I did curl my hair much earlier today, and I still have some soft waves and volume from it. These curlers get used multiple times a week for me. I've had this set for years, It doesn't tangle because of the velvet flocking, and it just takes care of business to make your hair look its polished, its bounciest in about 15 minutes. I like curlers over an actual physical tool because I can be doing other things while the curlers do their magic. March of last year featured a lot of beautiful foundation launches. I focused on two that are still very current, contemporary parts of my routine. The first is the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation. My best shade match is 040 right now. I do bump up to 050 in the summer. I have swatches of every single shade of this foundation on Beauty Professor, and of course, anytime that's the case in this video, I'll make sure to link to it in the details box. This foundation offers medium to full coverage in like a pea-sized amount. So you only need a tiny bit. It smooths over the skin. It's super luxurious. It doesn't settle into fine lines, and it wears pretty flawlessly all day long. I don't really have to touch up with this one. If I'm traveling, this one is always a part of what I take. Another stellar formulation is the Suku Liquid Foundation. I'm showing you a tester size actually because it comes in a much larger bottle that I have in my bathroom. I wear a lot of this shade, which is 035, and this foundation has kind of similar performance properties as the Clé de Peau, except it's in a liquid formulation housed in a beautiful, sturdy, clear glass bottle. Suku is known for its base products. They are always outstanding, and this is no exception. It comes in a vast shade range, and once again, I have swatches of every single shade on Beauty Professor, so check it out and let me know if I can help you to your best match. But this one is just, once again, a single pump takes care of business, makes your skin look flawless but still very natural, and it lasts all day. For April, I'm showing you the Valentino Eye to Cheek powder. I use this chiefly as a blush, but I have used it as eyeshadow as well, and it's very, very good. This is in the shade Rosa Emotion. Whoops. I bought it in the spring, last spring, and I've used quite a bit. You can see here, but I still have quite a bit more left. This is a gorgeous kind of radiant pinky lilac with lots and lots of luminosity. It's so pretty on the cheeks. I think it's a really unique color, and it also, once again, can be swept onto the eyes for a uniform effect, monochromatic effect. I'm very much in love with this blush. I'd love to try some other shades, but even if I didn't, this one will do it for me because I like this shade so much. Next is the Beauty Bio The Pout. I am very fond of this formulation. It is a plumping gloss, basically clear, has a slanted applicator, and this is very heavy duty. It's thick, it's a touch sticky, but in the best possible way because it stays on your lips, and it lasts even all night when I wear it as a night treatment. Naturally flush looking, very full, but without being uncomfortable. It doesn't burn. It's just a really great formulation. I have purchased it as gifts for my friends and family. This is a mini that I keep in my makeup bag. It actually comes in a larger tube. It's just a very effective, very pretty lip plumper that has intense hydration properties as well. For the month of May, I'm showing you the Sisley Paris Ombre Eclat. These are liquid eyeshadows, and I remember meeting with Anne Chimoyan, who is the color developer, color director for Sisley in Los Angeles last year, and I could only see kind of lab samples of these. They had to be kept under embargo, but I knew they were going to be really special when they finally launched. They did, and they are amazing. So this is shade 4, this is shade 1. These are the colors I like to wear in combination with each other. 4 is this gorgeous kind of peachy rose gold. Once you tap it onto your lids, it remains crease free, it doesn't budge, and it just has a subtle luminosity that really brightens up the face. I also like to wear one kind of like at my brow bones. You can also get away with wearing this as a highlighter if you needed to in a pinch. May was also the month that my commercial with LTK launched. I did a national commercial campaign with them last year. It was like 6 months in the planning, from the point of auditioning all the way to shooting and then it finally being released. And it ran all over major network channels as well as in digital form on streaming services. It's still running on streaming services. It was an incredible experience and a really meaningful way for me to express my experience with the journey of Beauty Professor and how it has become not only a really important part of my life, but also kind of an important business endeavor for me. Let me know if you guys have caught it, if you remember seeing it last year, and you might see it again this year. We'll have to see. Finding the right makeup is never easy. So there I was, my last lecture of the day, and everyone is being so quiet. And then the student raises his hand. Professor, you've got a little... Thanks. That makeup didn't make the cut. And you don't have to try them all to find the ones that do. Visit me, Beauty Professor, on the LTK app, where you can shop thousands of products tried and styled by real people. In June, I covered the Monica Blunder Beauty Blender cover, and I am proud to say that I have swatches of every single shade in her expanded shade lineup. It's a beautiful formulation that can be very customizable for a bespoke finish, bespoke level of coverage. You can build it up to concealer level coverage if you wish. You can sheer it out with a lotion or a moisturizer for kind of sheer tint. You can wear it at medium to medium full coverage with more applications, and it looks like real skin. Monica Blunder is an incredible LA-based makeup artist, and so she knows exactly what type of base products are going to work on her clients. I love that this is an artist line that's consumer friendly, and her blender cover is really the star of this ever-growing line, which I love. Also, I talked about the BioEffect EFG serum. Actually, I took a deep dive into BioEffect in general, which is a very interesting skincare line. I think that the EFG serum would be considered kind of the cornerstone of the line. This brand is based in Iceland, but readily available in the US at luxury retailers, and its proprietary ingredients are barley that's grown in volcanic pumice, which can be found in Iceland. It's grown in a really specific way, and the ultimate kind of culmination of this ingredient helps to increase skin density, to encourage cell turnover and collagen production, but all very gently, so you can apply it daily. You're not going to experience any kind of like peeling or tightness or redness. It's very gentle and soothing on the skin, but does everything you want your skin to do to kind of regenerate and look its most healthy and its most youthful. For the month of July, I have 2 products to show you. One is beauty related and one is kind of in its own category. Here is the Maison Francis Carctagena Baccarat Rouge 540. Not new by any stretch of the imagination, but one of the luxury products I focused on again in June. I think that just as compelling as new products can be, so can products be that are repurchased time and again. For me, I've been using this steadily since 2015. I wish it was a little less ubiquitous than it is right now. I mean, it's obviously not a secret anymore and hasn't been for quite a while. But for me, the scent works year round. I don't get tired of it. So it's special to me no matter what. And I think I'm probably on bottle number 5 at this point, halfway through that one. That is actually not beauty. The only non-beauty item I'm showing you, that is my Celine bucket bag. I picked this up while traveling and I did contemplate it for a bit. It's big enough to hold what you need, including my brother's makeup bags, which hold everything else really neatly inside. And I'll make sure to link to those. He makes them by hand along with a myriad of other beautiful leather goods. I like that the strap is crossbody. You can wear it across your shoulder. It's sturdy, it stays clean. This color combo matches everything. I also picked up a handle off of Amazon that's leather that makes this that much more utilitarian because I can then throw it over my wrist like this when I need to or grab it quickly. So it's been a game changer with this bag, and it, I think, works really well with it. So all in all, every time I get a question about this bag, would I recommend it? My answer is yes. It also comes in kind of like a beige white color scheme, which is really beautiful. I just knew I'd get makeup all over it. So I'll link to the bags, but it is one of those kind of luxury items I've used a ton of in the last 6 months. In August, I was using a lot of these two foundations, and I still use a lot of them, which is why they made the cut for this video. The first is the Chanel Water Tint Foundation. This is an updated version of the one that came in the square bottle that still exists. This one has more coverage, I think a prettier finish, and it lasts all day for me, even in heat. I used this extensively while I was in Miami and Tampa, Florida, and the Florida Keys, where it was really warm and sweaty, and this was working flawlessly. I wear the 040 right now. I actually have it on my skin right now from much earlier this morning. You can see it's still wearing well, and I wear the 050 in the dead of summer. Another foundation that I was testing around that time and enjoying is the RMS Beauty Re-Evolve Foundation. Now it comes in a larger white container that's refillable, and I just carry this around because it's so small. This is the refill unit. And my best match is 55. For some reason, I can get away with it basically year round, in the summer and in the winter. One pump of this creates very soft, diffused, medium to full coverage that looks very, very natural and doesn't require touch-ups. I was stunned when I tried this for the first time. I just kind of ordered it out of curiosity and am really pleased with it. I've used a lot of it over the last few months, and look how much more I still have remaining. That truly one single pump takes care of business. I wish I had full spectrum swatches for you guys. I don't, but I'm working on that. But in the meanwhile, if you have a question about it, I'll do my best to try to shade match you. I'm fairly adept at that at 11 years into Beauty Professor. For September, I am showing you three very different products. The first is the Tower 28 Make Waves Mascara. I have used 2 tubes of this at this point. I actually still have a little bit left in this one. This mascara is really special. It's not a tubing mascara, but it gives you the wear power of a tubing mascara and still removes very easily with water and a little soap. It doesn't smear, it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. You can really get in there to build your lashes, top and bottom, and they have a lot of lift and kind of life when you use it. Then I love the Omrovixa Even Tone serum. I've used about half of this already. This is a beautiful evening treatment. It's non-invasive but works well with the ingredients, including marine algae, to homogenize your skin tone and keep things as even as possible. It works on discoloration, melasma, freckles, sun damage, and works to eradicate that, but without any harsh peeling or drying or redness. I've had really good results with this. I think it is a beautiful serum. It smells good, it feels good, and it delivers efficacious results. For some color, real color here, this is the La Perla Beauty lipstick. This is Tangelo Red. Holy cow, this is such a pretty color. I don't do a lot of red, you guys know this, but when I do, this is the shade that I reach for. It's a warm red, an orangey red, and it's full coverage, it's creamy, it's velvety, it makes your lips look really lush, it wears comfortably, it's just stunning. I will link to images of me wearing this on Beauty Professor, but if I just had to take one red lipstick with me everywhere, it would be this one. Another favorite from La Perla is the Red Nude, which is really a nude color. Same creamy opacity. For October, I did another hair-centric piece featuring products I was using a lot of, and I still use a lot of. One is the Orbe Bright Blonde Sun Lightening Mist. This is an invaluable product in my routine because it enhances my natural highlights. People always ask, like, where do you get your hair done? What's the formula? And I don't get, outside of a clear gloss, I don't get my hair done. It's very reactive in the sun, and I use this to highlight my hair further. It has no peroxide, it's got chamomile, it's got lemon, but it's a pretty potent combination. So if you're out in the sun or you combine it with heat, it does invite kind of for your hair to take a lighter tone, and it definitely brings out my natural highlights on the top of my hair where the sun hits it most frequently. I also adore the Orbe Run Through Detangler. I've tried a lot of detanglers, and I don't think there's anything as effective as this detangler to remove tangles, especially the ones that I get underneath my hair. I think jewelry, purse straps, for carrying stuff when you're traveling, your luggage over your shoulder, all of that can create some pretty intense snarls under here. And this is the one product that I can use to remove those tangles or release them without weighing my hair down. So it takes care of business, but doesn't leave like a heavy film on your hair. And I've run through multiple bottles of this. In the month of November, there was a collective gasp when people heard that Clé de Peau Beauté was going to be releasing a reformulated or updated version of the foundation because it's such a special, unique texture. I think people were concerned that some of that would be changed. I'm happy to report it's not changed. I think it's really only made this better. So this foundation comes in a very weighty, very opulent glass jar. And my best match is 050 for most of the year. This foundation is a beautiful fusion of skincare as well as, of course, color, but it's a sheer buildable color. I can build this version up to medium coverage that still has a gorgeous luminous skin finish very easily, and I felt like with the original version of this it took a little more product to get to that level. And what makes it so beloved is it looks great on all skin types, and there's a nice vast shade range now, so it's great for all skin tones, on all age skin especially, and including mature skin, because it does resist settling into fine lines, looking heavy or cakey. It just kind of brings out the natural life of your skin while giving you perfecting coverage just where you want it. It's the Parfums de Marly Oriana. Now, I love many fragrances from Parfums de Marly, including Herod, all the iterations of Delina, but Oriana just holds a special place in my heart because I have nothing else that smells quite like this. It's an ultra feminine fragrance with creamy marshmallow and fruit notes, but it's still a grown-up version of those notes. It just lifts my mood every time I smell it. I covered a lot of ground in December, so paring down this list of top products was definitely challenging. I'm starting by showing you the Chanel CC Cream. My match is 50 Beige, and this I bought on a whim. I had a lot of questions about it over the last couple of years or so, but I just never really felt compelled to try it until recently, and I'm really glad that I did. It's got SPF 50. The coverage is stunning. It's medium coverage, even with a pea-sized amount, and it leaves your skin looking super smooth, very healthy and bouncy, with a subtle glow that lasts all day. I don't really have to touch up with this one. I like how travel friendly it is. I just got back from a trip to Utah in the snow, and I used this almost exclusively for the days that I was away. December brought the launch of my Nude Envy collaboration lipstick shade Joey, and this is obviously named after my sweet, beautiful daughter, Joey L. This is a peachy pink shade with gorgeous luminosity, a pearl finish, if you will, which I think feels really fresh and modern. And it makes your lips look so full and volumized and healthy. It's designed to be flattering on all skin tones. You can wear it with a darker lip liner. You can wear it alone. You can wear it over something else to maybe lighten it up a touch. And I am wearing a bit of Joey over something deeper that I'll show you momentarily. But let me put a little bit more on for you so you can see it in action. Also in December, the Byredo Lip Vinyls. I don't know why it took me so long to try these. These have intense color payoff. They are moisturizing, silky, shiny, no obvious shimmer. This is the shade Flush, which is a classic color. I think that would look good on everyone, kind of a My Lips But Better color. And you can really just kind of like tap it out. It has lovely lasting power, feels sensational on the lips, and comes in a nice wide range of colors, and the packaging is just sublime, right? I talked about the iconic London eye glaze crayons in December. This is my favorite shade, which is Nectar. I'm on my second one. I have swatches of all of the shades in the lineup on Beauty Professor. I love this because you have a creamy crayon on one side, and you can directly apply it to your eyelid very effortlessly. And then on the other side is kind of a glowing cream that you can top the solid cream with. It lasts all day. It does not crease. I do have it on right now, over another favorite of last year, which is the La Bouche Rouge Chilwa palette. And so I put a bit of these three colors on, and then I topped it with this for kind of an impenetrable glowing eye that lasts all day, catches the light without looking over the top. Also, and finally, in December, I was talking a lot about G Beauty. 2022 was the year that I tried G Beauty for the first time. It had been on my radar for a while. I actually met with Natalie G when we were in Miami in the fall, and at that point I had already ordered some products to try, and I've just continued to expand my product experience with the line. I love a good independent line with products you can't get elsewhere. Prime Skin is one of those hero products from G Beauty. It is a tinted cream you can just put on for a light veil of color, a luminosity, moisture. It takes care of business on many fronts. It comes in a vast range of shades. I wear either 5 or 6 depending on the time of year, and usually one pump takes care of everything for me. You can also obviously integrate some concealer if you want. The color sticks, especially the Pinky Beam, are my favorite as well. You can use them to contour, highlight, add blush. Just G Beauty's a beautiful line. A few other products I can't go without mentioning that might not have technically lined up with 12 months of blog posts, but certainly could have been integrated into Instagram, maybe YouTube, maybe just my live testing. First thing I need to introduce to you is on my face right now, and that is my latest lip collaboration with Au Naturel. This is my 3rd collaboration with them. They've been a delight to work with, to really have a hands-on experience with creating a color that I've envisioned. This is called Trenchcoat, and it launches this week. It is designed to be this universal color, the kind of color that you can wear year-round. It's a very harmonious blend of pink, peach, nude, and beige. It has full coverage opacity with a subtle glowing finish. It's hydrating, it's clean, you could eat it, not that you'd want to, and it really just fills in the lips, makes them look so full and fresh. I've been wearing a ton of Trenchcoat and Joey, with Joey on top. The combo is just so good. So I hope you guys love it as much as I do. It's classic like a trench coat. It's meant to just be a go-to like a trench coat. Timeless, flattering, iconic. New cleanser that I have been loving that launched actually at the beginning of 2023, but I have to put it on your radar now. It is the Euphoria Deep Cleaning Green Tea Jelly Cleanser. Unique texture, beautiful ingredients, and it removes every last trace of makeup. I do all my face washing in the shower at night, and there are times, even when I'm doing my best to cleanse, that I get out of the shower, I dry my face, and I still find some errant bit of makeup on my towel. When I use this, that does not happen. It truly removes everything, but my skin feels really balanced, lush, soft, and healthy. Also enjoying the new Gressa Essentialist Concealer. This is a multitasking product. I'm showing it to you in Creme Brulee, but I have a few colors that I like to use. It's a beautiful extension of the Minimalist foundation, which I've loved for a decade. And this is so portable. Throw it in your makeup bag, use it to touch up, to brighten. It's gorgeous in the orbital region, but you can also use it, depending on the color you choose, to conceal an imperfection, a blemish, to highlight. It is such a multitasking gem, and I hope you guys try it. Next is the Herbal Face Food, the cream. This launched towards the end of last year. I've used a lot of it, as you can see. I like Herbal Face Food a lot. The serum, the cure, both excellent for fighting discoloration, melasma, all plant-based ingredients. The ingredients are wild. Dive in and be so impressed by what these ingredients are. It's all plants. It does have a strong aromatic plant smell, but I like it. I put 4 dots on my face at night, and every single time I wake up after using this cream, my skin is balanced. It's glowing. Redness is decreased, and it still feels really hydrated and bouncy. While I use nearly everything from the Agent Nature line to just unmitigated favorites lately are the Ageless Face Serum. This is probably bottle number 5 or 6. It's the product that made me fall in love with the brand. It is just excellent as an all-over hydrator. It leaves your skin glowing. You can mix it with foundation. So many options here, and I always carry a small travel bottle in my makeup bag. I'm also very much enjoying the Holy Lift, which is brand new. It's designed to firm and tighten the skin and, as the name might imply, lift the skin. I've been working with it for a couple of weeks. Results are so good so far. This is the Artisan Luxe eyeliner in the shade Tempt. The color payoff is insane. Velvety, creamy, smooth. Once it dries down, zero touch-ups. It does not budge. This line is created by Sue Devitt, an absolute icon in the makeup industry. I'm sure you remember her. And I'm so happy that she's creating products again. This comes in a range of shades, and I can't wait to see what other products she creates next. I am wearing this shade in my waterline. I also like to smudge it on my upper lash line sometimes, just for a quick monochromatic effect. 2 pieces from one of my favorite brands of life, Le Métier de Beauté. This is the Peau Vierge, shade number 3. I wear this year round under every single imaginable foundation. It leaves your skin so filtered and lovely. It delivers hydration, a light tint, and it gives your skin an extra something that pretty much every other product I've ever tried in this vein does not replicate. It's singular in its execution and so gorgeous. Also, I adore the Le Métier de Beauté Color Core lipsticks. These are new for last year, and the shade Ibiza is my absolute favorite. It's a frosty kind of salmon pink with some peach thrown in, a coral if you will. It's got so much life, and every single time I put it on, it just lights up the whole face. The color payoff is immense. And I do have swatches of every shade in this range, so I'll make sure to link to it. You're sure to find one that you'll love. For brows, and these are the exact products I'm wearing on my brows right now, I have the Grande 2-in-1 Brow Serum. This is a tinted serum. I wear it in medium. Look at this diminutive little brush. It has fibers, and the proprietary growth serum from Grande. I've been using it nonstop for 4 months, and I'll link to my full blog post on this one because I think the results are pretty astounding. And then on top of that, I use a bit of the Lawless Brow Wax. Lawless is one of my favorite clean beauty lines, and everything from the brow wax to the lip mask, which I run through in mass. Look at this one. Always at my bedside. Another great lip mask is the Alpen Beauty lip mask. This one has a pinky tint, smells so good, and you can use it day or night to really deliver hydration to the lips. And I've been using a ton of the Fit Glow Beauty Cloud Ceramide lipstick balms. My favorite is this shade, which is called Anise, I-N-I-S. It's a peachy pink. It's got such opacity for being a balm for mascara, and I am wearing this mascara today. I recently rediscovered my love of the By Terry Lash Expert Twist Brush Mascara. It's got a skinny brush to lengthen. You twist it and you get a nice fat brush for volumizing. And this formulation is jet black, makes your lashes look next level, falsy level. I first learned about this and tried it when I was in Paris, met with Terry and her team about it, and it will forever hold special memories for me, but it continues to be one of those mascaras that I reach for a lot. For complexion, I am wearing currently the new Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide highlighter. This is in the shade Champagne, and I have it on the high points of my face right now when I applied it much earlier in the day. It does a great job of catching the light without being chunky or glittery. It's very inordinately smooth, and it blurs pores and fine lines rather than accentuating them. I also must recommend Gucci bronzer. I've talked about it in previous videos. I've hit pan on number 3 here. It's just excellent for sculpting and adding warmth. The Hourglass Sublime Flush Blush. I picked this up a couple months ago. It's in my makeup bag all the time. I'm making quite a dent in it. It's a gorgeous dull pink that just really leaves the skin looking lit from within. It's pale, you can't overdo it. That's what I love about this one. And another highlighter that I think is highlighter for grown-ups is the La Bouche Rouge highlighter. Look at this. This one has a touch more color, I think, than the Charlotte Champagne, but not by much. And it really just makes skin look lit from within. Two lip pencils I need to show you. The teeny tiny Trish McAvoy Barely Nude, because I've used it so much, talked about it a lot. Very lush, rich, velvety color that stays in place. I also recently picked up this Tarte in soft pink, which I'm wearing right now. It's a little lighter than the Barely Nude, but also creamy and waterproof and retractable. No sharpener necessary. Two favorite blushes from Make, and there are so many things from Make Beauty that I'm enjoying. The bronzer, the lip serum. But right now, two blushes I must show you are Celestial Rose and Eros. This, like, there's nothing like this color. It is a purple plum that I can get away with doing nothing else but this over like a CC cream. I don't even wear bronzer, and it just brings so much life to the skin. Just do it in sheer application and it's stunning. And this one is a great everyday blush with lots of complexity for looking kind of like a very neutral color in the pan. Two products left. One is this powder blush from Nude Envy. It's a Namur. It is a luminous pale pink, and it is on my cheeks right now. I just pop a little bit on the high points of my cheeks. Looks so fresh, so lovely, and always works with whatever makeup combination I'm using, so it's in my makeup bag all the time. I have a special code with Nude Envy for 15% off for my Beauty Professor followers, and it works site-wide on everything but the brand new lipsticks. So if you're looking for a blush, I highly recommend this one. I also love the cream blush in Ibiza Nude, and the eyeshadows are lovely as well. I need to show you an eye cream that's not new, but is always appreciated. It's the Retrove Revitalizing Eye Concentrate. This is the travel size, also comes in a larger size. To this day, I don't think there's anything quite like it, and it always masterfully takes care of my orbital region, which is really sensitive. You get a dewy glow, lots of hydration. It fights fine lines and wrinkles, and is just so special. The entire Retrove line is unique and special and made with love. Family in California. Look at the way this applies. It just leaves your whole eye area bouncy, dewy, and fresh. Use it day and night. If you've been with me this long, I thank you. I knew this video was going to cover so much ground, and it did. And that's what happens when you're testing products the way that I am over here for an entire year. I truly hope that I put some fresh, new, interesting products on your radar. Perhaps I've confirmed some favorites that you share with me, and we can celebrate that. And I welcome your questions and your comments on any and everything that I've showed you today. I hope in the process you just had a relaxing time listening to some ardent love for beauty and skincare, as I have over here. Fresh videos coming up soon. Thank you so much for being with me here on this channel. And in the meanwhile, don't forget to visit me at Beauty Professor, which can be found at beautyprofessor.com. Take care.